Bye bye bye.
Hello, I'm back with another Queendom Puzzle video. Last week and this week were episodes 5 and 6 of Queendom Puzzle. In these episodes, the girls participated in a series of performances to test their all-around capabilities. The girls were split into 2 teams, and each team put on 3 vocal and rap performances, as well as 2 dance performances, leaving 10 performances total. I'll be honest, I was confused why they split it up like this and had so many performances, but it'll give me plenty to review, so I'm not complaining too much. Each performance was sort of presented as a matchup, so I'll award a winner for each pairing, compare and contrast them, and then guess if the Queendom or Puzzle team will win the benefit next week. The first matchup was Rush Hour against Weekend. I was very, very worried about the Weekend performance, and I went into it with low expectations. Honestly, I was pleasantly surprised and found they had a lot more ability and charm than I expected. I found Rush Hour to be pretty lacking on the other hand and lacking in interesting vocals. I think having the Rush Hour audition from Voice Planet fresh in my mind, and probably many others' minds, probably led to problems there. In Weekend, the vocals were a little iffy, but Taeyeon songs are really hard to sing for most people, so I wasn't overly surprised. But the raps were solid, and it was only noticeably strained for a short period of time. Rush Hour struggled less in the Weekend performance, but neither of them were my favorite. It was pretty sad, as these are some of my 2 favorite K-pop songs. Weekend won this for me, but I don't see either being awarded lots of points. Next up, we have the If We Ever Meet Again performance against the Hopeless Romantic performance. Putting Bora and Kai together in a vocal challenge was near unfair. Although people would be complaining if they went head to head because it would seem like manufactured drama, the 2 of them stood there and proved they're probably the best vocalists of the entire competition. If not, standout vocalists for their whole generation. That wasn't really a shock though. Conversely, in the other group, I thought Jiwoo specifically used this as an opportunity to prove some of her versatility. I think they sang just as lovely as the other girls, but for me it comes down to personal preference. None of these 6 performers' abilities should be discounted or looked over. Personally, I just think Kay and Bora's performance just stood out so much more. But I'm also a sucker when they can do anything together, and when they harmonize together, oh, so good. I hope they both make it into the final group just for the vocal prowess they would have. And also, Bora needs to win one of these competition shows here. I'm feeling for her day by day. After that was Wannabe against Time of Our Life. In the Wannabe performance, the first thing I noticed was how it finally felt like a song that really hit Songa's vocal tone and ability correctly. I found before that she could often stand out for me in not the best way, but her confidence and unique abilities and unique vocal tone here made her really stand out positively. I think the editing, on the other hand, in the beginning with the guitar part really made me think Mnet were trying to highlight Jihan. I think she was fine and solid in the group, but Riina and Songa were pulling my attention away, so I noticed more clearly that the camera seemed focused on Jihan. Still, it was a super solid performance and a hard one to follow, but then the other girls started singing Time of Our Life. Honestly, it just put a smile on my face. It's one of those performances that feel very classic K-pop, why I liked the genre to begin with. Miru stood out for me, but that feels a little obvious. I've admitted that I like her a lot. I think when she's not focused on complicated dances, she's such a compelling, high-energy performer. She looks like she's adoring every moment on stage, and that kind of infectious cheerfulness sort of spread to the other girls in the group, and I loved it. The Wannabe performance was technically perfect and confident and lovely, but the Time of Our Life performance was possibly my favorite in the whole season so far, which is pretty surprising because I was not coming into this rooting for any of these girls super strongly, maybe a little biased towards Miru, but none of them were even in my top 5, and this kind of made me reevaluate that. The first set of dance performances were called Bad Blood and Overwater. These seem to be originals developed by Mnet specifically for the show. Bad Blood was, the dancing was good. It was clear in certain places that the mic packs were just kind of decorative though, especially when Kay seemed to just stop lip syncing entirely. In fairness, this is a dance challenge, but personally, I like to see them attempt lip syncing if they're going to do it. Dohwa and ITZY pulled focus for me in the Overwater performance in a serious way. I think they both have a lot of stage presence. I was also watching Miru a little more closely because I know she can struggle with dance, and it seemed like she handled it pretty well, which I appreciated. Truthfully, between the 2, I am much more interested in the Overwater concept, but it's the more kind of fresh, fun thing I liked, and I thought the performance was more enjoyable than Bad Blood, which is probably why they don't win it for me. The second set of dance performances was called Web and Glow Up. I did not like the pill in the mouth at the beginning of the web concept. It gave me weird vibes. These spooky, girl crushy, horror-y concepts kind of feel dated to me. Very psycho, very really bad boy. It's been a few years since those came out, so it feels not, it just feels behind the curve. I think their dancing was very impressive though. Between the floor work and not getting tangled in those bands around them, I thought that added an extra level of difficulty to put them ahead of the competition, even if I wasn't adoring the concept. Meanwhile, Glow Up's concept seems to be intentionally retro in a way I feel is like almost Y2K and pretty on trend. I think this song was also very cringy though. Between the two, I think the web performance edged out Glow Up because of the added difficulty and technique and ability shown. Glow Up was probably more interesting in its choreography. I think people might like it more, but personally, Web would have won this one for me. Overall, based on what I saw these last 2 weeks, I would have given the puzzle group the voting benefit, which is honestly surprising. I feel like the Queendom team is stacked with amazing performers, many of my favorites, but it just goes to show you in a competition show, anything is possible. I'm very sad there will be an elimination next week. I'll be sure to make a video discussing how things go again before we get to the finals. Be sure to subscribe so you see it, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.